we're back. That's right, guys, we are finally back at Caesars Windsor. It's been a hot minute since we've been here. I think it's actually been, well, it's probably about a year and a half since we've been here. Caesars has not been so friendly with the comps. The comps have not been comping, so we haven't been back here in a while. We are here right before Christmas. I know this is normally the part where I do a little room tour, but we actually got here last night, so we did sleep in this room. It's a bit of a mess. I'm hoping that they're gonna quickly do a little, clean up for us. Nothing major, just, make the beds, fresh towels, stuff like that. And then I will show you the room. You've seen this room, similar room anyway, set up before, so I don't want to spend too much time on that. This is basically just to sort of show you what we got up to, anything new that's going on in Caesars, etc. Like I said, we are here right before Christmas, so we did see a little bit of Christmas decorating going on. Nothing major, which I was actually surprised about. I thought they'd really go all out, but there was like 2 trees, some wreaths and stuff, so a little disappointed on that. I will also mention View Bar is closed. We are here in December. View Bar's closed. One of my favorite places to go here, but yeah, I guess, with the fact it's winter, not a lot of people want to sit outside. Me personally, I would put a couple heaters out there because I think it's still nice to have that beautiful view of like the Detroit skyline, the Detroit River and everything. So that's my opinion. Last night, we were going to see a Christmas show. We decided not to. There is a show here at Coliseum. There's nothing going on tonight, so we'll probably just sort of hang out in the casino. We did go to Legends, which you have seen on the channel before. Just got a quick bite. Cody got some wings, which he compared to a Chinese buffet. I got some French onion soup, which came out in about like 2 seconds. So it definitely was not like a legitimate French onion soup. It sort of had like a slice of cheese over top that was probably just sort of like microwaved really quickly. It was okay. For $7.99, it was okay. And then I had some like shrimp, sort of deep fried shrimps that were definitely like the frozen type that you buy from like Costco or something and just deep fried. They were very, very oily, but anyway, it filled a hole. I hadn't eaten anything since lunch, so I was fine with that. Played in the casino for a little bit, did okay, sort of probably broke even in the end. We played Buffalo, which was just eating up my money. We played, of course, the cows, one of my favorites, and we played Zeus, I forget what it's because it's newer Zeus machine. A lot of fun. Anyway, played that for a bit. Ended up breaking about even, so I'm okay with that. I think we're gonna grab some breakfast downstairs. We might even go across. I know this is a Caesars video, but we might actually go across the bridge or the tunnel, depending, and check out MGM again. And it's been a while since we've been there as well, so we might go see what's going on over there. Anyway, I'm hungry. We've been sort of sitting around for a bit. Let's go get some breakfast. So you have 3 breakfast places here, all of which have been featured on the channel. You got Tim Hortons, which is sort of grab and go coffee donuts, sort of like Dunkin' Donuts to my American friends. You got Johnny Rockets, which is more of a sit-down kind of diner type food. And then you also have Cafe 377, which is the kind of place where you sort of go to the cash, order, and then go pick it up when it's ready. As I said, all of which have been featured on the channel. I think we're gonna go to Cafe 377. Let's see how busy they are. Okay, so I ended up just going to Tim Hortons. I got this wrap here and hash brown coffee, $7.50 Canadian. Cody got this big breakfast with a coffee for about $20-ish, I think he said. So anyway, we're gonna eat this all up. See how the day takes us. All right, so we just got back from breakfast. We are gonna actually go over to Detroit and check out MGM. Funny thing, we just thought, let's get the room made up so when we come back, we can do a quick little room tour because we didn't get to do it last night. Nothing major, we just wanted like the bed made and stuff. They did tell us that you have to be staying here for a minimum of 3 nights in order for them to actually come in. They said they can bring us sheets, they can bring us towels, anything we need, but they won't actually come in and do anything. So I don't know, found that a bit bizarre, so maybe Cody and I will attempt to make this bed and then give you guys like a proper room tour a little bit later on. Anyway, onward to Detroit.
Later that same evening.
Oh, hey there. So yeah, we did just get back from MGM Grand over in Detroit. Let me just close the door here. Okay, just got back from MGM Grand Detroit. Yeah, had some fun in there, played a little bit there. Neither of us won really. Them the breaks though. Anyway, I did want to show you this room really quick. I have showed you rooms in Caesars Windsor many times. So I'm gonna kind of power through this just because there's been a couple minor changes. Again, they did not make this room up. We got here last night. I'm sorry. I tried, I asked, they wouldn't do it. They said we had to be here for a minimum of 3 nights. We're only here for 2. So I'm going to show you. We did our best to kind of quickly clean it up. Anyway, room tour. Bathroom area. So there's been, again, pay no mind to all the towels everywhere. There's been a couple little changes I noticed in the bathroom area. So I do like the fact that they still, they obviously have the bathtub, they have the standalone shower. That's cool. Vanity is nice and spacious. you know, sufficient amount of towels. A couple things I did notice were a little bit different. So you do have the Caesars branded body lotion, which I think they've always kind of had, but they did used to have the other toiletries as well, the shampoo, the conditioner, this, that, and the other. Now they actually have gone for the communal look. The communal stuff is Truterra, which I have seen in other hotels before. I can't remember off the top of my head where, but honestly, I actually quite like these. They are bergamot. I don't know how to pronounce it. Probably bergamot, I think, is the way to pronounce it. Anyway, a nice fresh smell. It's not super perfumey, super sweet or anything like that. It's a nice sort of like spa-like smell. So I did use the body wash earlier. Really enjoyed that. Shower brush is pretty decent. It's kind of inconsistent. I do find the water here is very chlorine-y. I noticed when I was brushing my teeth, I really could smell a lot of chlorine. But otherwise, yeah, nothing else major. Just did notice they had the communal stuff in there. A lot of hotels are going that route now. I would imagine it's a combination of cost savings from having to supply, you know, those little bottles that people like to take home with them. Probably also environmentally because, you know, obviously those bottles get chucked away and cause more garbage. So anyway, they have that now. Otherwise, nothing major. I will say, not me, but somebody forgot his toothbrush. So if you do ask and call down, they will actually give you a little dental kit, which is nice. So that will include a toothbrush, a miniature toothpaste, and a mouthwash. So if you happen to be, you know, one of those people who does happen to forget, yeah, it's nice to know they do have that, you know, at your disposal. I think that's all I wanted to show you in here. Let's continue on with the rest of the room. Oh yeah, typical stuff. They have the hair dryer. I do like the fact they have the bars of soap as well. You know, I love a bar of soap, so I do like the fact they still do give you that. All right, let's continue. So I do also want to mention that we are in the Augustus Tower. So there are two towers here. The Augustus Tower is a newer tower. Rooms are usually slightly bigger than the other tower, but nothing major. You do have your closet over here where you're gonna have your ironing board. There is a little wall safe as well. So, you know, you're in a casino. So obviously if you are gonna win some money, you got somewhere to put your stuff there. So that is good. Decent amount of space there. You've got 3 drawers here as well. So if you want to throw your stuff in here, that is convenient to have as well. One thing I did notice as soon as I walked in, they supplied 2 free bottles of water. If you have seen some of my other videos here, one time we came here and they actually had these that if you drank them you were charged, and I think it was something outrageous like $5 a bottle or something stupid like that. This is such a small gesture. What does a case of water cost? Like $3 or something? It's so cheap. Just keep those in the room. Don't charge people for it. Like, it's just such a small gesture that just makes people feel so much more comfortable. But anyway, otherwise you do have your little sitting area over here, which is nice if you just want to like maybe just do some work or something from that little table there. Charging wise, you do have a decent amount of outlets in here. So you do have the USB, just the regular USB, not USB-C, and the other charger there as well, the other port. The lighting in here is not the best. So I'll be honest with you, when we got in last night, I wanted to do the room tour then, but it was dark in here. And I mean, it's already getting kind of dark. It's about 4 o'clock or so. And you can definitely see like the sun setting. Yeah, it's starting to get dark already. And you can probably see that there's not a ton of lighting. Like, there's a lamp here and there, but that's all you're basically gonna get. A very small little drawer there to keep your stuff. King size bed, which quite honestly was pretty comfortable. We slept pretty well. Again, it looked a lot nicer when we first got into the room, so I apologize. But again, decent bed, slept pretty well. Over here you have your little entertainment area. So you do have a desk here if you do need to get some work done. They did supply a little Caesars Windsor branded pen, so that's going to be coming home with me to add to the collection, as well as a little notepad here. You do have a little spot here as well with some USBs, some more little outlets there as well, and another lamp in case you are going to be doing some work. Coffee machine, which I always like when they provide one of those. Again, not my favorite style. It's sort of one of these ones that you have to put the coffee and the filter there. You know, me personally, I prefer, you know, a coffee pod, like a Keurig, Tosmo, whatever, Nespresso, but that's okay. You do also have your garbage and recycling because we try to be a little bit environmentally friendly here. And what I'm actually impressed with as well is they do still have the mini fridges in here. So there's a couple restaurants downstairs. If you've got leftovers, you can throw your stuff in there. If you bring your own drinks and things like that, you can leave them in there. You do have to leave your drinks in the room though. You cannot take your drinks from here to the casino. And I'm talking about like adult beverages. You have to make sure you consume those in the room. You can get drinks in the casino floor and everything, and at the restaurant. You cannot bring your own there though. You do have a little mirror here, but you can maybe stand far enough back, get a decent glimpse of yourself, but yeah, there's no full length there. I believe there actually might be one in the bathroom. I will revert back. There is a full length. It's right here. It's in the bathroom, behind the door. There's a full length. View-wise, it is nice being on this side though, because you do have this beautiful view of the Detroit River here. You can see most of the skyline there. Like I can see some of the GM building there, and the bridge and everything. It's an okay view. I remember we stayed here sometime last year, I think, and then we could see a storm off the distance there, which was like amazing. So that was really cool to see. But otherwise, this is basically the room. It's very, it's pretty basic, but like I can't really complain. It's laid out pretty well. It's pretty clean still. Like I know, we've stayed here a few times now, and haven't had any problems yet. It's pretty clean. There's a few scuffs here and there, nothing major though, but otherwise not too bad. Anyway, we did skip lunch. We had a bit of a later breakfast. I'm getting a little bit hungry. I think we're probably gonna go downstairs, figure out what we're gonna eat. There's a couple restaurants here. We showed you on the channel before. There's Nero's, which is like a steakhouse. There's also Spago, which is sort of like your Italian American kind of food. Not sure where we're gonna end up. Gonna maybe have a couple drinks in here and see where we decide to go. So yeah, see you down there. All right, guys, so spoiler alert, we ended up at Spago. I have featured Spago on the channel before. Was really tempted to make like another like food type video, but quite honestly, I'm really trying to make a conscious effort of making this video somewhat short. I know I'm probably gonna shoot what my original goal was of like 10 minutes or under, because I think I'm already past that. But anyway, yeah, didn't end up doing a full-on food video. Just did some quick clips because I just wanted to go through it very, very quickly. Spago, yeah. Very conveniently located right at the base of the elevators, pretty much in the Augustus Tower, very close to the hotel lobby check-in, so very convenient. Honestly, food is pretty decent and value is very decent. So we started with a Margherita pizza for I think $17, which quite honestly, that alone probably would have just satisfied me, but of course, it wouldn't be me if I didn't over order. So they also do give you some garlic bread, which is complimentary. It's sort of like a flatbread with some garlic confit on there that you kind of like spread, and it's delicious. I then got the fritto misto, which is basically like a mixed fried fish. So there was some whitefish, some scallops, some calamari, and some shrimps. I had a couple of shrimps. I had a little bit of the scallops, and I had the whitefish. I left pretty much all the calamari. I'm absolutely stuffed. That comes with a side of either vegetables or pasta. I just got pasta because I didn't really know what to get. And that was only $33, and it was way, way, way too much food, guys. Like the amount of food I have left over looks like a full-on meal. So that's in the fridge right now. Thank you for the mini fridge, Caesars. That's in the fridge right now. That's coming home with me tomorrow. Cody got the Veal Parmesan. And I said to him earlier, he never met an upcharge he didn't like. He had to get the Caesar salad, which is an extra $3, which yes, I will actually mention they do include a free salad. So I also had a house salad, which they included for free. Cody got the Caesar for an extra $3, and he got a side of pasta. It was like spaghetti aglio olio, so like oil and garlic, basically. He also got Aperol Spritz and a glass of red wine. I didn't have anything to drink because I've got some tequila in the room, and quite honestly, I knew that like, yeah, it's gonna be way too much for me to sort of fit in me. Long story short, the value there is surprisingly so good, and I always forget that. We've eaten there a few times now, and I always forget like how great of a value it is. How much food you're getting for the money you're spending. I think I spent after tip and everything, I spent around $50, and I have so much food left over. Cody spent, we split the pizza and paid for our own entrees. Anyway, yeah, lots of food left over. Very good value, pretty decent food. I will say that if I had to pick between going to Spago or Nero's, it depends what you're interested in. If you're looking for a nice steak or that type of environment, then yeah, maybe go to Nero's. But value for quality and what you're getting, I would say Spago is pretty good. Make a reservation though. They tend to be pretty busy. We were able to sort of sneak our way in there tonight, but yeah, they tend to be pretty busy, so make a reservation. But yeah, Spago is yeah, definitely recommended. Now, normally I like to do my final thoughts sort of like just before we leave. We are going to be here one more night tonight, obviously. But unfortunately, we do have to leave pretty early tomorrow. We have an event that we have to get to in Toronto tomorrow around like in the afternoon. So we're gonna have to leave pretty early tomorrow. So I thought better give you guys my sort of overall quick final thoughts right now. Again, I do want to try and keep this short because, you know, I don't want to make another half-hour video of Caesars Windsor. I have a lot of other content from Caesars Windsor. I will link it below if you want to see other room styles, if you want to see other, you know, places to eat or things to do, or just, you know, overall sort of review of Caesars Windsor, you know, different just room styles, everything. I will leave that below. Again, we are in the Augustus Tower. There is another tower. It's an older tower, but that other tower does have the pool in it, has the fitness center in it. The base of it is also Nero's Steakhouse. So, you know, it just depends on what room you like. We tend to pick the Augustus Tower because it's conveniently located, you know, right at the hotel check-in, and the room style is the rooms are a little bit newer, and there's also no kids allowed in this tower. If you have kids, you're gonna have to stay in the other tower. There's no kids allowed in the Augustus Tower. And we did have a good time here. You know, we sort of flew in and flew out in a way. Like, we just got here last night, and we're gonna have to check out, you know, pretty early tomorrow morning. So, you know, we do have to we don't tend to stick around. That said, we still did have a good time here. I think Caesars Windsor does a good job of giving you a little bit of everything. You know, Cody and I were just talking about it. You know, we go to Vegas a lot. We compare our experiences to Vegas because let's call it what it is. Vegas has got a formula. They've, you know, perfected it. Where I feel like Caesars is missing something is there's no Asian style restaurant here, we were sort of saying, and, you know, he thought it, I thought it, so it's funny that we both kind of were talking about it. They have the steakhouse, the token steakhouse. They have the token Italian, you know, or / Mediterranean type restaurant. They have the token breakfast spots, the sort of quick grab and go type places, or a place you want to sit down. They have the burger place, you know, if you just want to grab a quick burger, but no Asian restaurant. Surprising. They did used to have a buffet here. I've never been here when the buffet was open, but maybe that's you know, a place they can consider opening one. Now, I'm an old man, so I don't go to the club, but there is the club here if you do want to visit that. Arias, I believe it's called. It's an option for you. They actually have some pretty good shows here. Unfortunately, we did have the Christmas show last night, which we didn't end up going to. Nothing happening tonight, unfortunately, but if you look at their roster of some of their upcoming shows, they do get some pretty good names here. It's you should definitely check it out if you are planning a visit, see what's going on. Yeah, and we have seen shows at the Coliseum before. We saw Chelsea Handler here one time. We've seen Ludacris here before, so it's a pretty good theater. It's not huge, and you know, there's not really a bad seat in the house either. So I would definitely recommend checking out a show here if you can. In terms of things to do outside of Caesars, we have done the Detroit River Cruise before as well a couple years ago, which I did make a video out. I will leave below as well. That was a nice experience. If you've seen my channel, you know that I like these little like boating excursions, so that's a fun thing to do. You're not too far away from the bridge or the tunnel into Detroit as well. If you just want to change the scenery, make sure you have your passport with you, of course. But we know we like to go over to MGM over there and just to check it out, play there a little bit. You know, we have status there as well, so, you know, we like to take advantage of some of our, you know, comps here and there if we can. But for the most part, we just usually sort of fly in and fly out. You know, it is an option for, you know, somewhere relatively close for you to go. In terms of shopping, there's not a whole lot of shopping around. You are kind of downtown Windsor. There are some other restaurants sort of relatively close by. You know, when we were driving here, we did drive by a smaller mall, which we did check out one time when I broke my phone a couple years ago. But very just local type mall vibes, nothing really exciting. So that's one thing I think that maybe would be cool to have in Windsor, like a little outlet mall nearby or something. If there is one, and you know, if you're local in Windsor, if you've been to one near here, then maybe like let me know down below, because I've looked up, I've never seen if there's anything. So yeah, let me know down below if there is something shopping wise to check out. Otherwise, not really much more to say. I mean, again, we are from Toronto. I will say it, as I've said in every other video, it is a little bit of a pain for us to get here. I wish there was some kind of a shuttle that they would take advantage of. You know, this being a Caesars property, we do some travel with Caesars Rewards Air, for example. So, you know, we will travel to Atlantic City. And I mean, the funny thing is it takes us less time to get to Atlantic City than it does to Windsor, because, you know, it's a little over an hour flight. It would be cool if they did something, not necessarily even a flight, but maybe a shuttle, some kind of a bus that if you park at, you know, some certain area, you know, you can take the bus with everybody down there. It sort of saves a bit of the guesswork of driving and everything, especially when the roads get a little bit dicey. I know Niagara, for example, Falls, we used to do that, where you could like park at Square One, for example, and go there for the day if need be. But yeah, I don't know, it would be cool if they had some sort of a service like that. We've looked at options of like the train. Didn't really make sense for us time-wise, so we tend to just drive because it takes, you know, around 3 hours or so, depending on the time of day you go, the traffic, etc. But honestly, the drive is not that bad. It's a little boring. There's not really much to see, especially at nighttime when it's pretty dark, but yeah, it's really not that bad. Otherwise, there's probably not much more for me to mention. I mean, like I said, we've come here a few times now. I've made a lot of videos coming here, so you know, if you are sort of starving for more Caesars Windsor content, I will leave a link below with some of my other like hotel sort of room reviews or restaurant reviews or just experience reviews. Some of those hotel reviews will also include restaurant reviews as well, like as I said, when we checked out Nero's, when we checked out Spago at other times, or just sort of what's going on here. Yeah, I'll leave that link below. Even if you are curious about MGM Detroit, I didn't do a video this time, but I have done videos there in the past, so if you're just kind of curious about what's going on there, what to do when you're there, I will leave a link below as well for some of those videos as well. But otherwise, there's probably not much more for me to cover. I mean, like I said, all the stuff that I could say I've probably said before anyway. So if I have missed anything though, please do not hesitate to leave any questions, comments below. It's really helpful for other travelers as well, because they probably have the same questions as you. It's also really helpful for me because any interaction you guys have with my videos, whether you're liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, it all helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you're not subscribed, I ask that you please consider subscribing to the channel. Totally free for you. It really helps me keep delivering this free content to you. Once again, this has been Daniel with Spotlight. If you're watching this before Christmas, Merry Christmas. Actually, you're not gonna be watching this before Christmas, because it's gonna come out after Christmas. So if you're watching this around the holidays, happy holidays. All the best for a safe, happy 2025. If you're watching this after that, ignore what I just said. Subscribe to the channel. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.